Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both defenses will have to be on the watch for a pair of tight ends looking to find seams in the secondary. It's Jordan Reed's Redskins going up against Travis Kelce's Chiefs. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brandon Gaudin here in the booth with, as always, Charles Davis. Charles, a lot of times in the open, we focus on quarterbacks, running backs. What about the tight ends in this one?
Well, I think LR identified it really well because the tight ends are matchup nightmares nowadays. Who are you going to cover them with? Because really, they are pumped up wide receivers who can flat out run and use their body to create bigger plays. Cover them with a linebacker, cover them with a defensive back. Either way, they feel like they have the advantage.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
I think he just gets better and better. He was third in the NFL in passing yardage in 2016. In fact, over the last two seasons, over 9,000 yards passing, the fourth most in the NFL.
This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. He did it again. And he's got some space here. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 74 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
First and goal. They'll run with Thompson. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now second and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Second down, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ramik Wilson coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They can get settled in here. Time expires on the first quarter of action. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. And we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Play action now, Cousins. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
But they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. So on 4th down, Cousins will head to the sideline and give way to Dustin Hopkins. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. To return, here's Chris Conley. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And head coach Andy Reid has said even with Patrick Mahomes being picked number 10 in the draft overall, people think he's going to replace him. Alex Smith is our guy, and he should be. 3rd in the league in the number of wins behind only Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers since 2011.
On first down, it's Smith. And Hill with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Smith on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Smith trying to get him to the line quickly with the clock rolling. To throw on second down is Smith. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. On second down, here's Smith. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout, and now we're set to get going. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing on third down, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. The 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And going deep for Hill. This is caught at the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Albert Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime here, and as we expected, looking at the clock, a very quick first half of play as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chiefs trail at home at halftime. The Redskins have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10. Kelly's going to break into the secondary. He ended up running for a huge gain of 74 yards on the run before being tackled. Redskins, though, settle for just a field goal. Chiefs lined up at the 48. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Redskins take it back all the way for the score, pushing the lead to 10. Down to late in the first half. Smith's on point with the throw, and this two-play drive goes for a touchdown. Now trailing by just 3. So that'll wrap it up for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll head back now to Kansas City for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, a little 360.
Oh,
and he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's got it to West on the dump off. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Crowder. He won't go down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Starts with Rob Kelly. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll go again with Kelly. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. the run, it's Kelly. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Third down. That's Thompson. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Now it's Smith. And able to find Conley. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Smith now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A Kansas City first down. Smith finding Hill that time.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing again is Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second and 10, Smith again. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pick up there at 20 yards. They'll look to throw. Travis Kelsey, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things, but once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Smith now to throw again. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They run with it. It's Kelly. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now Cousins looking for Pryor long. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference. Defense.
Of course, the game can't end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
And his kick here is good. And they'll be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as the Redskins have won it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.